everyone, and welcome to the first video of 2022. So for today's video, I wanted to show you my 2022 bullet journal setup. However, I'm gonna shut my window. Before I showed you the journal, I wanted to mention three things really quick. The first is that I know that this video is kind of late considering its topic. Most people would post a video like this in like December or early January, and though I fully intended on doing that, I just didn't have the time to film this video until now, so I'm gonna do it now. The second is that I have never done this before. I'm not a professional. Are there professional bullet journal people? Though I have done some bullet journaling for fun in the past, they didn't really have any purpose other than just fun. With this one, I'm more going to try to use it for productivity and keeping track of things. So that being said, I made a lot of mistakes. And then the last thing is that I tried to keep most of these pages blank until I filmed this video, but I kind of forgot to do that for a couple pages, namely my future log and my daily log. So I won't be showing you those, but I will do my best to explain to you how I set it up when I get to them. Anyway, that is everything that I wanted to say. Let's show you my bullet journal. Okay, so as I said, I've done a little bit of bullet journaling in the past, and in the past I had just used whatever blank notebook I could find around the house. This year I really wanted to try and really commit to it, so I decided to get a dotted notebook because I always thought those were super cool. This one I got off of Amazon. I cannot remember what it's called, but I'll put a picture of it, and it was only like $12, maybe $15, so I thought that was pretty good, and I like it. The only thing I don't like is the uneven amount of dots up and down. It makes it hard to separate the page, but other than that, it's been pretty good so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. And here we have my first page. I wanted to do kind of like a, opening page just for fun. I went with a Taylor Swift quote, you know her song, 22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 2022. And actually, I just remembered, I forgot to say this in the intro, but there were a couple of YouTube videos and YouTube channels that inspired me to do this. They helped me realize that like your bullet journal doesn't have to be super fancy as long as it works for you and you like it. So I'll leave a couple of those in the description if you're interested. Yeah, I didn't put a whole bunch of color in mine. I might go back and add some later, but I just wanted to keep it pretty simple for now, so that's all. Next is my index. This is pretty simple. I just made a table where I'll note the page number and then the topic of the page or pages. So we're in the month January, so I just put the number 13 and then January. Simple as that. This book is not numbered, so I'm just writing the page numbers in the corners. Okay, so next I had my future log, which I mentioned I will not be showing you because it has personal information on it. Yeah, for my future log, I'm using it to track birthdays. So for my purposes, I just decided to divide it into 3 this way. So that would be 3 months per page, totaling of 4 pages. And then on this side I put the, it's like a box, and put the numbers because I like the way that looks. Took forever, but I like the way it looks. And then separated off and used the leftover space to write down people's birthdays. I hope that made sense. I don't know, I just kind of made it up. Okay, next, I put my 2022 goals and my Goodreads goal, which this is actually out of date because I have read 2 more books since the last time I updated this. For my 2022 goals, I tried to come up with at least 3, which might change over the year, and if they do, that's okay. But in order to keep myself accountable, I decided to follow the goal setting guidelines provided by the Happiness Project in their app. I really liked it. Basically, it's just, what's your goal? Why do you want to do it? And what do you need to do daily, weekly, and monthly? So for example, my first one is I want to read 22 books this year. So why do I want to do it? To expand my reading range, and also I just like reading. On the daily, I need to read. Weekly, I need to read, and monthly, I need to track the books I read. whether that be through Goodreads or through like an Excel spreadsheet. And then I did that for each goal here. And then on the next page, I have a more specific Goodreads goal list where I just made a box representing every book with a number in it, and then I'm gonna fill it out in rainbow colors as I read a book. I made my goal 22 this year, but I did leave some room here just in case I wanted to add some extra. And then with all this room, I'm gonna try and write down some of the best books that I read this year. And I don't know if you can see it, but like I outlined everything in pencil before I drew it on in pen. And so when I erased it, all of the eraser marks, not eraser marks, but like it rubs off. It got stuck in here, and it's very, very annoying. Yeah, that's what that is. Next is my best songs of the year list. I actually did not come up with this, unfortunately. I got it from a YouTube video, one that I will link in the description. I think it's called, their channel is called Bujo with Zoe. I can't remember, but it's that one in the description. So basically, I just outlined a little box for each month, tried to keep them the same amount, and then numbered them. So I wrote down a couple for this month already, as you can see. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to go through and circle my absolute favorite from the month. So the numbers don't really mean anything, it's just a tracking system. The reason why I wanted to do this, first of all, is just because it's fun. Gotta do stuff because it's fun sometimes, right? But also because I've found from the past few years that my Spotify Wrapped hasn't been very accurate. So I think at the end of the year, I'll make a playlist full of all these songs so that it can be more accurate to the music that I like. So there's 8 of the months, and then obviously there's 12 months, not 8, so I just continued it on this next page. Next page or spread that I decided to do was just a general ideas list for different YouTube videos I want to make, or just fun projects that I can do outside of school when I have the time. Just want to write them down so I don't forget. And then that same idea kind of carries over to the next few pages. This is my bucket list. I'm going to put stuff on here as well as on this one, which is my big projects list. Bucket list, I view it more as things that I want to do at some point in my life. When I come up with it, I just write it down so I don't forget. And then big projects is like, it's different from the video page because the video and other ideas list is like creative and for fun, while the big projects list is like, I don't know, I need to clean out and dust my bookshelves, or I need to go through the files on my computer or something like that, so I can just, if I have a free weekend, I can look at it and see what I can do. And then you might be able to see the marker bled through from the next page. It's very frustrating. But you don't know till you try. So I tried and I failed, but that's okay. So the next page would be my monthly setup, I think is what you would call it. So I have a linear calendar here. It's January, so I have all the days of the month right here. And then the day. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. And then I just put a line where the end of the week is. So for me, that is Saturday is the last day of the week. I don't really know if I'm going to use this because things change so much. I prefer to use my iCalendar on my phone, but I just thought I'd give it a try. I also have here a little notes section at the bottom, and then I don't know if you can see it with this angle, but I have a little column here. It says M at the top, keeping track of the days that I have migraines, so I just know, because sometimes it feels like they happen every day, but when you keep track of it, you realize, I don't know, it's just a couple bad days. This next page is expenses. So again, I would put my expenses in here. Just one of those pages that I left blank. I will fill it in once I'm done with this video. Okay, these next 2 pages I also got from some of the videos mentioned down below. A lot of my inspiration came from a specific channel, Claudia Kai, I think is how you say their channel name. They very much emphasize the fact that you don't have to be this super amazing artist to have a bullet journal, which I really appreciated because I kind of thought that you did. And also, both of these spreads came from their channel. They have a lot of great ideas, and I just kind of altered these to fit my needs. So this first one is a sleep and mood tracker. As you can see, I have started halfway through the month because it took me quite a while to set this thing up. So over here we have the numbers of the day, and then up here we have the hours, so 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and so forth. So in here, today's the 23rd, so last night I went to sleep around midnight because it's Sunday, and then I woke up around 8. And then at the end of the day, or possibly the next day, I would rate my mood on a scale from 1 to 5, and then just write it next to it. And then at the end of the month, I can connect all these dots and kind of see how my sleep affected my mood, because I find that the less sleep that I get, the worse I feel, and also the more likely I am to have a migraine. So this is all just kind of in an effort to help me track that and figure out a solution. I messed up here because I forgot what time I went to sleep. Anyway, it's unimportant. It's okay to mess up. And then down here, I just have a notes section. I put the ratings in between, like in spaces instead of on the dots. Anyway, it's fine. And then on the other side, I'm going to flip this here. I made a self-care tracker, which I don't know if you could see it, but this has to do with one of my New Year's resolutions, which is to take care of myself more. Not that I wasn't before, but having this and making it a goal will just help me consciously remember that and keep track of it. So I put down in no particular order that I wanted to track fun reading, journaling, exercise, taking my vitamins, doing my stretches, showering, skincare, and brushing my teeth. These are things that I know make me feel good and things that I want to do more consistently. So having this tracker just kind of helps me track it. And you can see that I've kind of been slacking on a couple of them, but that's okay. This tracker is not meant to make you feel bad. It's not meant to make me feel bad. It's just to see what I can improve upon, if that makes sense. Again, you can see all this is empty because I hadn't had it made. And then I have some blank spots down here in case I wanted to add some more, and then notes for other random things that I might do throughout the month. So that's what I'm doing for my monthly setup. So at the beginning of the next month, I would set up those pages again, but for February. And then after the self-care tracker, I would have my daily logs, which I did go ahead and fill out because I needed a place to write stuff down, so I just went ahead and did it. And because they do have personal information on them, I'm not going to show it to you, but I will kind of explain to you how I set it up now. So for my daily tracker, I'm still trying to figure out what I like to do, but for the week-ish that I've been using this journal, this has been working out fine for me. I made a little section up here and wrote down a couple of things that I need to get done throughout the month, just so I have a place to write it down and look back on it. I drew a line and just started to make to-do lists. So I actually think I am going to show you one of them as an example. I'll show you today's. So here we just have the line separating it from yesterday. And then the day, the date. Over here I would put whatever events we have, but there are no events today, so it's blank. And then just my list of stuff to do. You might have noticed that I didn't put a key in my bullet journal. Most people do, but I decided not to just because I don't really feel like I need to. It's pretty simple. What I like to do is check mark where I got it done, cross it out if I ended up not doing it or putting it on the next day. Star if it's important, and then I could put numbers on it if I need to make an order in which I need to do things. But I didn't really feel the need to write that down, so you can go ahead and do that if you want, but I didn't. Alright, well, that's everything that I did to set up my bullet journal. It is not perfect at all, but I'm hoping that it works out okay for this year, and I will know better for next year. I think that's everything that I wanted to say. I don't know, let me know what you think about my bullet journal if you want. If you have any tips or tricks, if you've done this before, they would be very, very helpful, not just to me, but everyone watching the video. And with that, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of our faces, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye!